Hello P3 members, you are most welcome. We are going to learn English by teacher Joel Maluma, and in today's lesson we shall be looking at regular adjectives. We shall have several parts and this is part 1. In case you have any inquiries about this lesson, take note of the number you see on your screen. You can use it to forward your question, or you can write to me an email. I'll be waiting to hear from you in case you have any inquiry regarding this work. Now, my dear learners, last time we looked at adjectives. Do we remember what adjectives are? We said adjectives are words used to describe nouns. So this time around, we need to group them. We are looking at regular adjectives as of this lesson. So remember, where you can find more of this work, you need to join P3 Google Classroom. P3 Google Classroom. And the class code you can use is this one here. So get to your browser, type in Google Classroom, then select join with class code. So this is the class code you will have to use and join the class. Now let's look at regular adjectives. What are they? So these adjectives are formed by adding some letters before them or at the end. You remember, when it comes to comparative degree and superlative degree, we have some letters which we either add at the beginning or at the end. And today we need to look at how we can form the regular adjectives by adding those letters. Let's now have them. So we shall start by adjectives formed by adding letter R or ST. Yes. So under the positive degree, we shall have some of them, and the changes will appear under the comparative degree. So there we shall be adding R. Then in the superlative degree, we shall be adding ST. So here are some of the examples in this category. We have the word fine. So most of these adjectives end with the letter E. They end in E. So fine. Now in the comparative, we bring our letter R, as we have said. We add the R here and get the word finer. Then in the superlative, we bring the ST, add it here, and we get finest. So the words are fine, finer, finest. You see, here we added letter R on the word fine. Then here on the word fine, we added we added ST. So this is how we shall be doing it for these other adjectives. Wise, wiser, wisest. Are we together? Wide, wider, widest. Large, larger, largest. Finally, we can have safe, safer, safest. So this category of adjectives that end with vowel letter E, we only add R under the comparative degree, then we add ST under the superlative degree. Let's have another group, another category. What do we do? So here we shall look at adjectives formed by adding er, that is when it comes to comparative degree, or est when it comes to superlative degree. Google Classroom code is there. Please write it and join our Google Classroom where you will find more of this. Now, let's have some in the positive, and we see the changes under comparative and superlative degree. So here we are. The word is small. When we add er onto small, we get smaller. Then if we add est, we get smallest. That is how we form them. Long, longer, longest. Short, shorter, shortest. Tall, taller, tallest. Cheap, cheaper, cheapest. Warm, warmer, warmest. Rough, rougher, roughest. Old, older, oldest. Yes, are we there? So, this group has adjectives which we have to add letters er under the comparative degree if we are forming that adjective to comparative degree. We keep adding er, as you can see, at the end, not at the beginning. We shall see those ones where we don't add letters at the end and we add letters at the beginning. We shall get to know them. Then in the superlative, still we've been adding there letters est. So this is part 1, and we shall have part 2 and maybe part 3, because we still have to keep grouping them for purposes of easy understanding. Now let us look at another group. So in this other group, we shall be looking at adjectives formed by changing y to I. Then what next? Then add er if it is being formed in the comparative degree, or est for superlative degree. But the key changes here is changing y to I. Then after that, we bring these letters and add them just as we have seen in the previous group. So here, let's have some in the positive degree, then we apply these changes when it comes to comparative degree and the superlative degree. I start with the word heavy. Heavy. So this means I have to change this y to I. Then I shall add er under comparative. So the word becomes heavier. Heavier. Then in the superlative, it becomes heaviest. I have heavy, heavier, heaviest. Now, let me have a group here. Let me have them all. These words, we keep changing y to I. Then we add those letters as we have just done. So we have lazy, dirty, dry, ugly, early, happy, easy. Now, in the comparative, this is how they will appear. Lazier, dirtier, drier, uglier, earlier, happier, easier. Is this very clear? For lazy, we've got lazier. Are we together? Dirty, we've got dirtier. Now let's have their superlative format. Here we get laziest. Laziest, dirtiest, driest, ugliest, earliest, happiest, easiest. Are we able to read? We need to rehearse. We need to make a rehearsal. Hey. It looks a little bit complicated, but we can learn it. Let's go slow. Heavy, heavier, heaviest. Lazy, lazier, laziest. Dirty, dirtier, dirtiest. Dry, drier, driest. Ugly, uglier, ugliest. Early, earlier, earliest. Happy, happier, happiest. Easy, easier, easiest. You see, it is a walkover. So my dear learners, I don't want to give you much work. This is enough for today. So I want to take you to how we can use the comparative degree with the similar words. Other categories, we shall look at them in our next video. So, how do we use the comparative degree? Remember, I told you, comparative degree is used when comparing two things, two items. Just like here, we've got an elephant and we have a lion. So we can compare these two, we talk about them, and in our answer we shall use than. So the first question can be, which is smaller? So there we say, a lion is smaller than an elephant. Look at it. Look at the lion. It's just here. Can it be an elephant which is smaller? Of course no. So a lion is smaller than an elephant. Next is, which is heavier? So which is heavier of the two? So an elephant is heavier than a lion. An elephant is heavier than a lion. Then lastly, which is fatter? Still, when you look at the two, you will see that an elephant is fatter than a lion. So that is now comparative degree. We've been using our adjectives, which we have formed by adding er. Then here we change the y to I, then we added er. Then here we had to double the last letter. But this one, we shall look at it in the next video. Why do we have to double? So, wait for that next lesson. I'm going to explain how come that here we had to double the last letter before adding. So that is why we have decided to group. Let's now look at how to use the superlative degree. I will use the same examples. Remember, superlative degree, we bring out one item. Like here we have animals. So we shall talk about one animal out of the many. We shall compare it with others. And we have here giraffe, rat, dog, and lion. So the question can be, which animal is the smallest? Now, looking at these animals, which one is the smallest? Look at the size of a rat. So, a rat is the smallest animal. Of the four animals that we have, a rat is the smallest animal. Okay, let's have another question. Which animal is the tallest? Look at a giraffe. Can you compare it with a dog? So, a giraffe is the tallest animal. Then lastly, I may ask, which animal is the toughest? Look at a lion. The way it looks, it looks toughness. Hey, so a lion is the toughest animal. A lion is the toughest animal. So my dear learners, this is enough for today. I want to ask you or to remind you to join Google Classroom, and you will find the activity of lesson 1 there. Which Google Classroom? For P3. The class code is that one. When you join, you will find the activity and read through the instructions attached. Don't forget also to follow given examples on how to answer. This marks the end of our lesson. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to join P3 Google Classroom. Attempt the activity. Submit for marking. My name once again is Teacher Joel Maluma. I wish you a good day. May God bless you.